Shaun, commiserations when he obviously wrapped it up in style tonight, but did it get away from you a little bit in that session earlier today?
I think I was up from it, bang under it from the moment I was drawn against Neil Robertson. A mark of how bad a season I've had, that I've slipped down the rankings far enough that we meet in the second round. I think just too good, played too well, scored too well. His safety was too good, his tactical play was too clever, and frankly, if he plays like that, he wins the tournament.
I mean, you say that. I mean, you did try and stick with him at one stage. You were even on for a 147 as well.
Yeah, that seemed to anger him. I was in the match after 8 frames. But no, I mean, listen, I've played a lot of matches here at the Crucible where I've played worse than that and won. So I can do nothing but heap praise on Neil Robertson. Yeah, I missed a few shots and, of course, made a few mistakes. But against one of the greats who's playing great, that's the difference.
Is he the man to stop to win the world title?
If he plays like that, he wins. You can all go home. His tactical play was too strong. He pots too many balls. His long potting's lethal. He scores too heavily, and he plays too many clever shots. If he plays to that level, get the engravers ready. His name's going on the trophy.
And in terms of you, just talking about you for a moment, obviously you mentioned very honestly about the season and how it's been a struggle. I mean, what do you do now? Just go away and keep working hard?
I feel as if my coach, Chris Henry, and I have, sort of rediscovered some really good things, and I thought I played well in the first match. I was really thrilled to see some good performances again, and, that's given me a bit of confidence going forward for next season. And so, yeah, I'll put the cue down for a few weeks, get back on the practice table, and, try and pick up next season where I finished this season, which is in a lot better place than I've been for most of it.
We wish you well for that.
Thanks, cheers.
Did you know that your match on TV went off for about 15 minutes? The BBC feed cut off during the first session today? Were you aware of that?
No.
During the 12th frame?
No.
No? Viewers at home weren't happy because they couldn't see your match. Nothing to do with you or Robertson, they just couldn't see your game.
Right.
TV.
Yeah, right, okay. No.
But on the other night you spoke about the bullying. And a lot of people...
About the what, sorry?
About how much bullying you had at school.
Oh, right, yeah.
A lot of people praised you for that.
Right.
Why did you speak out? What was the reason to put that out there?
I forget the question. Hector, can you remember the question? Because we were in the same room. I don't remember the question. Why I was asked what I don't really. Oh, we were asked what would you have done if snooker hadn't have come into your life, and that was the context. Most people think I left school to play snooker. It wasn't the case. I left school because I would have been killed at school, and I couldn't have stood another day there. As I say, I was left for dead in the humanities block toilets in the second penultimate day of year 9 as a 13-year-old. So it wasn't the place for me. I was educated. I did have some education for another 12 months. Did my GCSEs early, which enabled me to then go on and play snooker full time from being 13 years of age. So I was obviously over the moon. But school was an unpleasant experience, and I can't really remember why I mentioned it, but I sort of had that sort of part of my life stolen away from me, really, by those kids.
And what message do you give to someone if they are in a similar situation as yourself?
Well, I mean, I was very lucky that, my old geography teacher, Miss Heathfield, took pity on me and found me, and took me home to my parents, who were obviously displeased. But you've got to speak out, and you've got to get help, and you've got to, shine a light on these arseholes. I'd love to say that at 36 I've forgotten, but I haven't, and I never will.
Shaun, just one other thing. There's been some news tonight. Mark Williams has tweeted he's had to go to A&E for some check-up on some chest pains.
Jeez.
So it's obviously
for him.
Yeah, we're all hoping it's precautionary.
Jesus.
But just a quick thought on that. It's obviously a worry. He's in the middle of a match anyway.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, just wish him well. Him and his family. Our thoughts are with him and the whole snooker family. Hope that it's just nothing but a precautionary check and that everything's okay. We live in this little bubble where we think snooker's the be all and end all, and of course it isn't. I hope he's okay.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thanks very much. Cheers.
See you next
Thanks a
week.
lot. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks.